Hey, it's your girl Coco, and I came to do a review for you. If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 2, Episode 9. And it's called 9 p.m. If you want to see this review, keep it right here. Okay, yeah, we at Burger Fast. Okay, it's back to like last week, they was about to start shooting. So now this week, you see them riding past, they start to shooting. Lucius see him first. So Lucius is trying to cover Eddie, but Eddie, he's running, trying to shoot at the same time. Lucius dropped to the ground. Everybody inside the restaurant jumps to the ground, and Joey covers his mama and Jackie. The goons is already on the floor. So, they going in slow motion and they shooting, and, Eddie is running around the corner trying to get his gun out. And here come Lucius, finally after, a couple seconds or whatever of gathering himself, he's getting up, about to try to shoot or whatever. But in the midst of that, when Eddie rolls around the corner, he gets shot. And he's down for the count. The first car is already, leaving. So Lucius is shooting at the second car because he finally, got himself together. And, he's shooting at the second car. And he ends up, shooting both of them. So they crash into the back of a truck. And that was the end of that one. And Eddie is over there, on the ground or whatever. So now, Natalie and Jackie, they already covered by Joey. So next thing you know, you see Quan getting up, trying to get up. In the midst of him getting up, he telling the goons to run up out the back door, hit the back door, go on out the back door. And all you see is Quan looking at Joey, all in slow motion, like like he a thug, like they made him look like he's somebody big and bad or whatever. And you know what I mean? He's steady looking at Joey, and Joey's looking at him, with the side eye. So he gets up and he dusts himself off, and he going out the front door like he can't be stopped or something. And so now you see Lucius went back over there to make sure Eddie is okay. He see that he done got shot. He asked him, is he okay? Is he shot? He see for a fact he's shot. He start putting pressure on the wound or whatever, and he's trying to, still got the gun on the car that he shot down, because he ain't went over there and checked on him yet. But he seen him crash and everything. Ain't no movement, but he still got to be secure. So he putting pressure on the wound or whatever. But after that, here come Natalie and Jackie and Joey around the corner, and Lucius tell them, Jackie and Natalie, to stay back and tell Joey to come over there and put pressure on Eddie's wound while he goes secure the car over there he just shot up with the two people in there. So he goes over there and see what's going on with them until he calls in. Before that, he calls in for the bus or whatever, back up or send an ambulance, all that, whatever he was talking about. He goes over there and keeps the gun on the car, I guess, until everybody come. And that was the end of that one. Now we at the station, y'all. Now, y'all already know, every time they at the station, Esperanza just so happened to be, walking around or walking up on somebody. She walking in, and she see all the chaos. She see people running back and forth and everything. So, the homegirl that she be working with said she sees Esperanza, and Esperanza asks her what's going on. So she tells her it's an officer down, and Esperanza was like, who? And she was like, Eddie. She was like, oh my God, is he okay? She was like, where? So she tells her it's at Burger Fast, and next thing you know, at the same time, Natalie is calling her, telling her, Eddie got shot, and she wants to know if he's okay. She says she don't know. They taking him to the hospital. So she asks her which one. So she tells her St. Andrews. Next, then we get to Kelly's office where she work at. And who walks in? Travis. Travis walks in with a picnic basket, coming over there talking to her, talking about, I brought you lunch. She was like, I'm sorry, Ari ate. He was like, why you lying? She said, I'm not lying. So she said, why you didn't give it to your girlfriend or whatever? He was like, she said, I know you begged her and asked her to be your friend just like you did me. He was like, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't even talk to me no more. She was like, well, I guess you better go fill your belly with that because she don't want it. She trying to play hard to get. She knows she want that boy. So he starts to walk out. he starts to walk out. So he put the picnic basket down, and he comes out and just starts singing. Oh, Kelly, I want to have lunch with you. She's like, boy, be quiet. You're going to get me fired. She said, hi, Kelly, baby. I want to have lunch with you. Raggedy. Do you hear me? Can't sing worth a lick. So he said, I'm not going to stop singing until you come with me. So she said, okay, I'll come with you before you get me fired. You know, the nosy co-worker sitting there any doggone way, looking like, girl, what is going on? So she gets up, grabs her purse, and they walk out. We at the hospital, y'all. Lucius and Natalie is sitting there, and finally here comes Esperanza, you know, fake crying. Talking about, oh my God, is he okay? Oh my God, what happened? He's so stupid. Oh my God, he's so stupid. What happened? It was like, it's going to be okay. They trying to calm her down. And next thing you know, after a few minutes, I guess, whatever, here comes Yolanda. You know, that's Eddie's wife. Yolanda, the one that's rich, you know what I mean, that left after the shootout or whatever. So she asked Esperanza, what are you doing here? And she was like, what? And the captain tried to tell her, you know, they got a child together, that's why she's here. She was like, and why are you crying? She was like, what? Yolanda said, what, does she have to be here? I'm his wife, not you. Why are you here? You need to leave. Esperanza was like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying. She was like, you don't need to be here. She was like, Captain, does she really have to be here? So, Natalie said, let's just go. We can just wait downstairs or wait at your house and see what's going on. And they was like, okay. So Natalie trying to take Esperanza up out of there. Homegirl standing in the way. She like, excuse me, you know what I mean? So after, you know, Natalie told Lucius that she glad that he's okay, and they gone. And next thing you know, the detective come over to Lucius and tells him that he's glad to have somebody like him on the force, and he's glad he was there. And he was trying to shake his hand, but Lucius got, you know, blood and all that stuff on his hand and everything. He was like, well, anyways, I'm glad you here, and I'm glad you okay, and I'm proud to have you on our team. And he was like, thank you. So the captain said, yeah, you did a good job. Is this your first time? He was like, no, his first time was in combat. You know what I mean? And so he told him, you know, the guys will understand if you take the day off. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you just been in the shootout or whatever. You probably need to go and just relax. Take the day off or whatever. And he was like, no, I'm going to stay. He was like, no, you need to go home. He's like, no, I'm going to stay. He's like, no, you need to go home. And he was like, okay, he's going to go. So he starts, you know, walking out. So everybody is like clapping their hands at him. You know, I guess, you know, he was a hero, you know what I mean? Because he had Eddie's back, and did nothing else happen after that. So now we got Kelly and Travis walking up, you know, to the picnic, to the park, you know, where benches and stuff is. So they sit down and they start talking. And, you know, he was like that he loves her, and he wants to be with her, and she starts smiling at him because they start talking about old times, and she trying to act like she don't remember where they are and what they did and all this other. He said, yes, you do. I know you. She said, you don't know me. He said, yes, I do. And she started smiling and stuff like that, and he was like, what's that smile? She was like, what are you talking about? He said, that don't mean nothing. She said, yes, it do, because I see teeth. She said, well, what does it mean? He said, I think it means you still love me, which we already know she did. And, you know, she trying to play hard to get, but she know that she's hot and bothered. She ain't had no sex in a long time. She knows she want him to tap a little something. So he said, I want to make love to you. And she was like, what? That's not going to happen. He was like, yes, it is. She was like, what? No, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. And he said he gonna be there over her house at 9 o'clock. She was like, whatever, because he was like, we'll see. She was like, it's not gonna happen. He was like, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. And she was like, whatever. She said, because this, you know, whatever you think you got going on right now, it's not gonna happen, or whatever. And so she gets up, she starts to leave. He said, I'll take you back. She says no, she'd rather walk or whatever with some pumps on. girl, please, with some pumps on, whatever. I'm gonna get me a ride. So he's like, I'll be there at 9. So we see Marcy getting out the car, putting a little sign up. You know, she's a real estate agent or whatever. She putting a sign up in the yard. So while she's doing that, Kelly's calling her on the phone. So she answered the phone. So she started telling Marcy about, you know, Travis and stuff like that, and what he did, how he came up there and started singing, and, you know, she can't stand him, but she love him at the same time, type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He gets on her nerves, but she just can't help but to love him. She feels some type of way about that young man, because she always say, that boy get on my nerve or whatever. So Marcy get to asking her, when's the last time you know you did something? She was like, it's been a long time. And Kelly was like, she can't mess with him, or, you know what I mean, because she's not a whore waiting for his call and going to give it up anytime he won't. And then she was like, right? And Marcy was like, right. You know, she was like, so why can't you screw him? She was like, because I can't screw him. Or she was like, why? She said because she'd be wrapped up in her feelings, and she'd love, she's wrapped up in her feelings, and that's just what it is. If she give him some, she's going to love him. It's an emotional thing, you know, to have sex with him, and, you know. So Marcy was like, girl, whatever, screw him. She was like, no, I can't screw him. Can I? She was like, yeah, you can. She said, no, I can't. So I guess she contemplating on what she going to do. Is she or isn't she or whatever. She said, no, I'm not going to screw him. So at the same time, Kelly gets another call on the other end, and it's Esperanza. Esperanza is all hectic, talking about, please, Eddie got shot. Can you please come down here to the hospital? I need help. Now we're at Alex and Brad's house. So Peter is sitting there at the little table or whatever, and here comes Alex downstairs with a basket of clothes. She asks him, do you want me to help you with your project? Because you know I can. He was like, no. He gonna sit there and wait on his daddy, because she don't know what it is, but we know what it is. So here comes Brad in the door. He comes in and asks him, you know, what's up, buddy? He was like, Dad, can you help me with my project? He was like, yeah, what is it? So he waiting on his mama to go on up out of there, but at the same time, she trying to make small talk with Brad and telling him about the report and everything that he got to do. And, you know, Brad's ignoring the hell out of her and asks the little boy Peter, where's Paisley at? And she was like, the mama bust in the conversation talking about, she's upstairs laying down. She's not feeling well, you know, because she know that he's trying to ignore her. So she goes in there. She was like, if you need me, I'll be in here doing laundry. Take your ass on in there and do the laundry. So when she's out the way and he can't see her no more, he shows him his little scrapbook that he got to do for Mother's Appreciation Day that they're doing at school. So Brad's feeling some type of way, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because she just cheated on him and everything. So he don't want to do nothing for her. I mean, what is there to appreciate right now besides his 2 kids? That's it. So he opens up the scrapbook and shows them pictures and start talking about, you know, see the wedding picture and when she was pregnant with both kids, and he's asking, can you help me with this? This is when you and Mom got married, right? Well, you can't you see that? Don't you see a wedding dress and stuff like that, little boy? I was like, oh my goodness, he's special. So he asked about his daddy. He said, this is your dad, right? And so Brad, you know, he asked him, did your mom put you up to this? He was like, no, Dad, this is a project for school. What are you talking about? So after, you know, he was asking about his daddy, and he was like, yeah, that's your grandpa. He said, where's grandpa at? He told him he's up in heaven. Brad was feeling some type of way, and he had to go step away. So he said, I got to take a minute and get myself. So he was like, okay. So he walks away. He's about to walk up the stairs, and here come Alex from, you know, out the washroom or whatever, looking. He's staring at her like, you know what I mean, you done messed up everything. And he walk on up the stairs. Child, now we back at Esperanza's house, and she's sitting there talking about, oh my God, what do I tell my daughter? And all this. They was like, girl, he ain't dead. He's in surgery. He had on the vest. He got shot 5 times, but he had on a vest. Only 2 penetrated him. He's going to be okay. She's just like, oh my God, I can't believe he's so stupid. Then she tries to say, he's so good. Oh my God, he's so good. Natalie side-eyeing her like, girl, who good? I know you tripping. Kelly's looking like, oh Lord, have mercy. And she was like, she gotta go get Mika from school or whatever. And Kelly was like, no, I'll get her from school. You ain't gotta worry about that. And then she goes back to, oh my God, I can't believe it. What am I gonna do? That's her dad. And this girl, he was so good. What? Is you tripping? What does that look for, Natalie? Because Natalie was looking at her like, girl, is you crazy? He wasn't no damn good. That's how good he was. He was no damn good. So she was like, what does that look for? She was like, girl, because you still love him. She was like, no, I do. No, I don't. And Kelly was like, girl, yes, you do. You can't just turn it on and off like it's just, that's what it is. I mean, we're human. So they was like, maybe Mika should stay. Kelly said maybe Mika should stay with me tonight. She was like, no, she need to stay here. Maybe all of the kids can come over, even Alex's kids. And that's going to be like, what, 7 kids up at her house, right? She was like, and Natalie was like, girl, you know you can have my 3 because I sure would have already had my kids on the way. Look, calling them. Hey, get your stuff because you coming up over here tonight, you know what I mean? You can have my kids or whatever. So, I guess she feeling some type of way that she don't want to be by herself, and I guess the only way to make her feel like keep her mind off of Eddie crazy self is that she have all the kids around. Back at Brad and Alex's house, y'all. Kelly comes over and she, you know, to get the kids or whatever. So she asked her how she's doing. Is the kids okay? Are they ready? She said Paisley's not feeling good. She got a stomach bug or whatever, and she been laying down all day. She asked her, how's Brad and everything. She was like, wow, what are you talking about? She was like, you don't know? Because she figured, you know, they would know something and that Brad would already know about, you know, what happened to Eddie because, you know, they best friends. Or they was, you know, best friends in combat too. You know what I mean? So she was like, you don't know? She was like, no. She was like, Eddie got shot today. You know what I mean? She was like, oh my God, what? He said, well, he doesn't know. No, he don't know. So, Alex calls Brad, and Brad don't say nothing because you know he ignoring the hell out of her. So Alex tells Kelly to call Brad. So she calls Brad. Brad, it's Kelly. Why he come down the stairs, y'all? Said, what's going on? She was like, I hate to tell you this bad news, but Eddie got shot today. He was like, what? She was like, he's okay. He's in surgery, and he's doing well. And she said, well, he's over at St. Andrews. So Brad grabs his keys, and he leaves up out of there. Now we're at Kelly's house, y'all. It's 9 p.m. And you know what that means. Travis is here. Travis is knocking on the door. So we see Kelly sitting on the couch with her little pink nightie on and everything, with her little pink robe, really thin, you know, like, or whatever. If she wasn't ready for him, tell me what was she ready for? What she thought she was going with that on? That ain't no regular nightie you just wear to bed all the time without no man beside you. She knew she was gonna give that up before he got there. So he knocks on the door and she was like, who is it? You know who it is. He was like, it's Travis. She was like, go home. He was like, I am home. She was like, boy, go home. He was like, I said I am home. He was like, come on, open up the door. She was like, no, that's not going to be a good idea. He was like, open up the door, Kelly. She was trying to play hard to get, and she was just, you know, she was just looking so crazy. Just, she wanted to open that door, and she was just licking her lips and just, you know, hanging by the door. And then she finally opened the door, y'all. He come right on in. Why she sashay away like, like she just knew it was about to go down. Do you hear me? So he comes up to her, he kisses her, and she was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Just kissing her, and then, you know, she fell into it. So she was like, boy, what are you doing? And he was like, you know what I'm doing? So he get kissing all on her more and more. And she was like, you want me? He was like, yeah. She was like, say you want me. Why he kissing all over her and stuff? And he was like, I want you. She was like, how much? He said, I'm gonna show you how much. And then next thing you know, they laying down on the chairs and they about to get it on. We at Marcy and Randall's house, yeah. And next thing you know, the captain pulls up and he gets out the car, knock on the door, and Marcy answers the door. She was like, it's for you. He was like, who is it? She was like, it's the police. He was like, how you know it's for me? She said, because it's the police. Who else could it be for but you? So the captain is talking to him and he asking Randall, where was he today or whatever. He was like, why? He was like, because one of my officers got shot. He asked him who it was. He said it was Edward Willis. He was like, because I know you're an enemy and we need to know of all the whereabouts of all his enemies. He was like, I know him and yes, he is my enemy, but I've been here all day. And my wife can vouch for me. His wife, Marcy, said, I can't vouch for you. You probably did it. So he tells her to go on back in the house because you know she been drinking. And he was like, if this is some kind of ploy to get me to drop the lawsuit, it's not going to happen. And let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Marcy told him, I'm not gonna vouch for you because you probably did it. You just, you know, you a creeper. Like I said, he told the captain that if that's a ploy to try to get him to drop the suit, he's not gonna do it. And he was like, don't use, if I'm not under arrest or, you know what I mean, or anything like that, then you can get your ass up off my porch. And he said, don't come back without a warning. The captain told him that he can do that. He can arrange for that to happen. Then we go to Alex's house. And she done fixed dinner and everything, y'all. Got candlelight dinner and everything on the couch. I mean, on the table or whatever, waiting for Brad. Because, you know, the kids is gone over Esperanza's house. Mouth is dry, y'all. Over Esperanza's house. She got on a little cute little dress or whatever. I guess she thought she was going to get some boo-boo. Girl, he is not thinking about you. Do you hear me? And it's not going to happen like that because it's always different from when a woman cheats than when a man cheats. The man want to act like it's the end of the world. Oh, my God, you did this, you did that. You a hoe. You a whore and all this. I'm going to just think about all the stuff that y'all did. But when a man do it, it's totally different. They think somebody's supposed to forgive them and that's it. And go back to normal. Like women don't think about the same stuff that men think about. You know what I mean? So he comes in, he was like, where the kids at? First she asked him, how's Eddie doing? He was like, he's fine, he's okay. He said, where the kids at? They over at Esperanza. So Alex was like, he was like, what you cooking? Dinner, like, you know, he's like, what is all this? She was like, I cooked dinner for you. He was like, girl, do you think that's all it takes to get my you know, forgiveness or whatever? He was like, she was like, no, but I figured you could start. And I'm sorry and I love you and I'm so sorry and this and that. We got to start somewhere. He don't want to hear that. She gets on her knees and she starts begging him. You know what I mean? He was like, get off your knees. She's begging. She said, I'm sorry. Get off your knees. I'm sorry, please. I love you. Get off of your knees. So he finally pulls her back up. He was like, when you on your knees like that, all I can imagine you doing is unzipping his pants. And she was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, what makes you think that when you kissing me that I don't think that you thinking about him? When you on top of me, I don't know, how am I supposed to know that you not thinking about, you know, being on top of him? He kept on, he was arguing and asking her all kind of questions and asking her, why does he call you Pepper? And she was like, she's not going to answer that. And how do I know when you talking to me, you not thinking about talking to him? And instead of asking her, why is he calling you Pepper? What does that mean? So meanwhile, they in there arguing. Marcy and Randall is at home. They sitting on opposite couches and they looking at the TV. And Marcy hears them arguing because they loud. So Marcy, she was like, oh my God. She grabs the remote, and turns the TV down. She was like, oh my God. She runs to the window and she starts looking and listening to them. She was like, oh my God, do you hear that? I never heard them so loud. Oh my God, Randall, do you hear that? Oh my God, he's over there killing her. Marcy is a fool. She been drinking too much and she knew that was going to get that boy riled up. So he's over there killing her. Go protect your bitch. What are you doing? Go protect your bitch from her husband. What are you doing? So he tries to grab his phone. The call, she grabs the phone from him. She was like, oh my God, don't be a bitch. Go protect your bitch. He tried to grab the house phone. She grabbed that too. She said, go protect your bitch. He's over there. He's killing her. This boy is riled up. So finally, he gets up and he runs out the door. She's like, oh my God, he's going to go do it. Oh my God, he's going over there. This is more. She laughing the whole time, y'all. So he goes over there and start banging on the door, calling Brad's name, talking about Brad. And Marcy is outside cracking up, y'all. Do you hear me? Because she just amazed that this fool don't believed her. That went over there about to go protect his bitch from her own fucking husband. Talking about, don't be a bitch, protect your bitch. So he's over there banging on the door, screaming Brad's name. You know what I mean? Telling him to come on out. Marcy in the background cracking up, holding the phones and everything. Yeah. And that was If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 2, Episode 9, 9 p.m. If I left out anything, yeah, I'm sorry. But I didn't want to make this no longer than it has to be. Okay? Because I tried to cram everything together because it really, you know, for what it was, it should have been all together. It shouldn't even been different, you know, scenes and stuff like that. But it was cool for what it was, especially the end. That was funny. Do you hear me? If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 2, Episode 9, 9 p.m. Peace.